Would you kindly rise as the class of 2009 enters the PAC?
ceremony. Please remain standing for America the Beautiful.
Good morning. I would like to welcome the members of the Board of Education, President Tucci, Vice President Sickles, and the administration, Dr. Mustick, Dr. Bucci, Dr. Ferraro, Dr. Lutinsky, Miss Longabucco, Miss Santangelo, Mrs. Wallace, and Mr. McCarthy. As I walked down a corridor for the first time in September 2005, I didn't realize how many magical moments I would experience over the next 4 years. One special occasion was when I clicked open my combination lock for the first time in 5th grade. It would be the house for my backpack, school books, pens, paper, and any other random objects I would obtain throughout the year. This includes old sandwiches from lunch and spare change I picked up off the ground. However, not only was the locker a place of storage, it daily reminded me of my responsibility over my own possessions. Nobody but me knew the code to my locker, and nobody but me could enter. It was my own space, which I could use however I pleased. One of the most memorable experiences of 6th grade came in the form of a science experiment. The task was to learn the different ways scientists classified organisms, which was simulated through the setup of 10 samples of different kinds of potato chips. I still smile as I look back and see 10 bowls of potato chips, Lay's, Pringles, Wise, Doritos, anything and everything lined up across my kitchen table. With this experiment, I gained the knowledge that learning can be done through many different ways. Plus, I learned that pizza-flavored Pringles should be avoided at all costs. My year as a 7th grader helped me to further understand the importance of responsibility. Homework was longer and harder, and there were more tests, quizzes, projects, and reports. Along with these challenges came modified sports. Of course, playing a sport was fun and helped develop cooperation skills and teamwork, but it meant less time for goofing off. If there is one thing I will never forget from my days as a student at Rhinebeck Middle School, it is the Washington, D.C. trip of 8th grade. The excitement induced by rumors and stories of previous D.C. trips could not even begin to relate to the real adventure. In the nation's capital, we took tours of the city, the many famous monuments, visited Arlington National Cemetery, and even the White House. Moreover, we got to spend quality time with the rest of our classmates during the remarkable field trip. Looking back at my years as a middle school student, I realized that they were a crucial time in my life. Besides learning how to work with numbers and the standard format of an essay, I gained an understanding of responsibility and independence. Learning actually can be fun, and being with other people makes almost anything better. Now, I don't think twice as I input the code to my locker, and I know how to better manage my time when I have a soccer game. My experiences at Rhinebeck Middle School have made their way deep into my memory, but now I eagerly await the magical moments that I know can be achieved as a high school student at Rhinebeck.
It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mustick, Superintendent of Schools.
What a beautiful job, Ryan. Congratulations, that was beautiful. Good morning and welcome to our middle school graduation. This event marks one of the most important transitions for our students. Students, you're about to enter a world of more choices and more responsibilities. With each day, you move closer to understanding who you are and what you need to do. Today is our day to celebrate your success, as well as a time to reflect on your accomplishments. Today is a day to honor our graduates, their teachers, their parents, for all the hard work and dedication that goes into creating this event. This graduating class has been and will continue to be challenged more than any previous graduating class. The information you'll need to acquire and the speed with which your information is changing is constantly increasing. Now more than ever, you will need to support the support of your parents and your community to guarantee your success. I'd like to share a little story with you from Gary Barnes. I tried to climb a mountain today. As I inched my way up the path, I felt overwhelmed, so I had to turn back. I tried to climb the mountain today, and on my journey, darkness started to fall. I was full of fear, so I returned to a safe place. I was ready to climb the mountain today, but it was too hot and rainy, and I thought better to stay in my air-conditioned and dry house and rest up for tomorrow's attempt. I was about to climb the mountain today, but I had so many other things to do. Instead of climbing that mountain, I took care of much more important tasks. I cleaned the car, I mowed the grass, I watched the big game. Today, the mountain will just have to wait. I was going to climb the mountain today, but I stared at the mountain and its majestic beauty, and I knew I stood no chance of making it to the top, so I figured why even bother. I'd forgotten about climbing the mountain today, until a friend came by and asked me what I was up to lately. I told him I was thinking about climbing that mountain someday, and I went on about how I was going to accomplish this task. Finally, he said, "You know what? I just got back from climbing the mountain. For the longest time, I told myself I was trying to climb the mountain, but never made any progress. I almost let that dream slip through my hands. I came up with every excuse of why I couldn't make it up the mountain, but never once did I give myself a reason why I could. One day, as I stared at the mountain, I wondered, and I realized that if I didn't make an attempt at this dream, my dreams would die. The next morning, I started to climb the mountain. It wasn't easy, and at times I really wanted to quit, but no matter what I faced, I placed one foot in front of the other, keeping a slow and steady pace. When the wind tried to blow me over the edge, I just kept walking. When the voices inside my head screamed, "Stop!" I focused on my goal, never letting it out of sight, and I kept moving forward. At times, I was ready to quit, but I knew I had come too far. Time and time again, I reassured myself that I was going to finish this journey. I struggled to make it to the top, but I did climb the mountain. I have to be going, my friend said. Tomorrow's a new day, and more dreams need to be accomplished. By the way, what are you going to be doing tomorrow? I looked at him with intensity and confidence in my eyes, and I said, I have a mountain to climb. Look forward to every new mountain, and never put off what you can do today, for with each new accomplishment, you will grow stronger and wiser. Congratulations and best of luck to the class of 2009.
Please welcome Dr. Latinsky, principal of the middle school.
Good morning. Advice that 14-year-olds will follow. This doesn't sound too hard. I'd known for a while what I wanted to say in general to this year's class, but I had to think a lot about exactly what to focus on. In general, I wanted to express how valuable confidence in yourself is in helping each of you persevere through what you think might be difficult times. At the beginning of this year, I reminded you in the dining hall on our very first day that you and I had something in common. We all started Rhinebeck Middle School at the same time, about 730 school days ago, on September 7th of 2005. Since then, I've been thinking about specifics. September of 05 does seem like a long time ago. Hurricane Katrina had just hit New Orleans. Saddam Hussein was about to go on trial. There are also some cultural events that might be familiar. The last Star Wars movie finally came out. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody began. Blink-182 broke up, but we got the Jonas Brothers to replace them. I'll pass that along to them. Around here, you guys had New Bells, Mrs. Pizzola and the rest of the 5th grade team, the Lego Club, ID cards, and first period phys ed. Parents, we remember first period phys ed? The point is, a lot has changed since then. However, those changes were external. Things happened to others, or people you know came and went, or we got wood paneling in a corridor. Changes can give us nostalgic feelings of the way things used to be, like, remember when there were no cell phones? Or we can fear what might be ahead, like a final exam, or high school, or giving a speech to a large crowd. This is kind of like a family car trip. You hurtle along and the scenery and the accents change as you put miles behind you, but the inside of the car remains constant. You may need a shower at the end of the road, but yourself, you as a person, has been transported to a different environment pretty much as is. The challenge we face is how to adapt so that we can exist as ourselves in each new environment. To do that, you need to be confident in yourself and understand that what looks like an obstacle may just be scenery. You may be older now, taller, with or without braces, gray hair, glasses, zits, or the normal differences between September of grade 5 and June of grade 8. But you're still you. You personally managed to tough it out these last 4 years through all those obstacles because you have the tools you need. You'll make it through the next 4, the 4 after that, and be able to reach each successive benchmark in your life because you get more resilient as you get older. Learn from your experiences how to use your personal strengths and compensate for your weaknesses to keep moving forward. In the words of the American thespian Robert Schneider, you can do it. Let me give you an example from the life of an ordinary guy. It was October of 2005 and you and I were still getting acclimated to our new environment. Your first progress reports were going home, the Spooktacular and Variety show were coming up, and you were studying for the 5th grade state social studies test. Meanwhile, I was in my office dealing with my own environment. I was putting together this annual state report that gets sent to Albany every fall. And to set up the password on the computer, I had to pick one of those silly confidential questions like, what was your pet's name? But for whatever reason, I chose, where were you born? That led to a disagreement between Dr. Mustick and me over the location of a particular hospital in New Rochelle. He's from New Rochelle, of course. Turns out he was right. So later on, I confronted my mother that night about her faulty memory. And it wound up changing my environment. The hospital question led me to have a serious discussion with my mother until 2 in the morning that night, and I got a very big surprise. I found out then, at age 37, that I had been adopted. Obviously, I was shocked, stunned, everything you'd expect. I really don't mind being adopted, but it's not the kind of thing you usually discover at my age. My parents, grandparents, older sister, they knew all along. I kind of felt left out. Suddenly, the only blood relatives I knew were my 2 children. I even learned that Eric wasn't my original name. At least all the jokes people made about me being the short one of the family suddenly made a lot of sense. Anyway, the next day was Friday, so I came into school and started my routine. Everything looked a little different from that point on, but it got easier, and I realized, not for the first time, that the world doesn't stop because something happens to you personally. In time, I realized that I'm still the same, even though my environment seems to have changed. And the only way to succeed was to have self-confidence and keep traveling. We have an even better example of confidence in the face of change right here on stage. Carlo has lived the car trip metaphor for the past few months, traveling to and from Boston. Despite a diagnosis that has thrown he and his family into a dramatically different place, I keep hearing the same thing over and over. He's still the same Carlo. Smiling, friendly, positive Carlo. I thought my story was good, but when Carlo's done, he'll have climbed a hill that most of us will never have to. And yet I see no evidence that he's any different. Being exposed to that kind of poise and self-assurance in the face of such change is humbling. It's also inspiring, because I know every student and adult in this building has contributed some way to help Carlo and his family. And I'd like to thank you all for that. These past 4 years have been full of changes and challenges, and we've all faced a roadblock or two. But you're all here. That's because each of you has to use some amount of confidence and willpower to persevere, learn about yourself, and grow as a person. Songwriter Jeanne Dubois wrote, "Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. When you move on, up to high school, you'll do the same. And having shared these past 4 years with you, I have confidence that nothing can stand in your way. Thank you for the past 4 years, and congratulations on your accomplishments yet to come."
Moments. There are millions of things to say about them, but at the same time, there aren't enough words in the entire world to do that. How do moments define life? Some say it is the big moments, like moving up from middle school, that matter the most. The moments you'll carry with you throughout your life. Others say that it is the small moments, the tiniest little details. The time you and your friend laughed over a cheesy joke. Those add up to the big moment called life. I have a different view. Life isn't defined by the big moments centered on you. And it's not the tiniest details that matter the most either. It's a very careful, delicate balance. I can recall the moments that were huge, like the DARE graduation in 6th grade. But the small moments were also there. Those whispers of friendship when you needed the most. Like that hug your friend gave you when you were upset. There are not always great moments. Every now and again, they're bad ones. The ones that hurt you or others, but make all the difference later. One of the most important middle school moments for me was when I learned from a friend, if you have a talent, you shouldn't hide it. There are those big moments and the small ones that make a life. Of that I am sure. I also know that our time in middle school is over, but it is filled with moments we'll never forget. We've all learned similar lessons in our moments here.
8th grade chorus and band, I guess, want to perform.
On the very first day of 8th grade, we received our first homework assignment of the year in English class. The assignment was simple. Write one paragraph on who you are. While some students groaned, I thought the assignment would be easy. But when I got home, picked up a pen, and pulled a piece of loose leaf out, my mind was blank. I honestly couldn't figure out the type of person I was. No words came to mind. In the end, I did what I needed to do for the assignment and handed the paper in. But the thing is, I don't believe any one of us wrote down a truthful answer that day. We aren't really sure of exactly who we are. Even though we've just finished middle school, we have our whole lives ahead of us to try and figure it out. Words like funny, smart, and friendly are a good start, but they just aren't enough to describe who a whole person is. We have been shaped through the good moments we've gone through here at Rhinebeck. Making new friends, finding a new passion, getting a parent-proud grade, and through the bad ones. Peer pressure, stress, and the occasional low test score. Our days here are slowly helping us become the people that we will one day understand. Each moment we go through is important, even the small ones we don't even notice. But before that day comes when we can all finally, truthfully, write down the answer to who are you, we have to keep on making choices we believe in, not only in high school, but for the rest of our lives. The poet Crystal Ryan once wrote, "Sunlight filters down through a foliage that is green. In this garden, every leaf is a picture of something I have seen. Gazing upwards, I wonder how things will go. Will my flowers wilt and die away, or will they bloom and grow? Today, we are moving up to the next level of our lives. Our flowers are only beginning to bloom and grow. No matter where the next few years take us, we will carry the special moments from middle school with us forever." Congratulations to the class of 2009.
This year's 8th grade class is filled with scholars, athletes, artists, and musicians. They've spent hours building the best spaghetti and marshmallow structure to support an egg, determined by mathematical computation which teacher was the fastest in the great teacher race, and discovered that waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning isn't too early to begin a school day as long as you're headed to Washington, D.C. They've read more, written more, and achieved more than they ever have before. Congratulations on all you've accomplished this year and throughout middle school. I'd like to ask Mr. McCarthy and the 8th grade teachers to come to the stage to help us recognize those students who have met success in their various endeavors throughout this school year. Mr. McCarthy will be handing out the 3 sport awards. Ryan Ball. Mike Castellucci. Mike DeSico. Ignacio Delara. Peter Ianello. Will Kebby. Nicole Morgan. Athena Nathan. Paige O'Donnell. Patrick O'Shea. Greg Pond. Jacqueline Sanchez. Julia Salazzo. Michael Spiegel. Whitney Spiegel. Taylor Stenroos. Mio Taniguchi. Rahema Uli. And Alyssa Benzons. The Band Awards. Outstanding Musician goes to Yuki Matsui. Outstanding Effort goes to Sarah Wright. Chorus, Outstanding Musician, Damiana Carolini. Chorus, Outstanding Effort, Rita Orazzi. And the following students were selected as members of the 2009 Westchester County School Music Association All-County Chorus. I'm just going to ask that you stand when I call your name. Damiana Carolini. Sydney Chiera, Emelina Glinskas, Alexandra Tartaglia, Alexander Thompson, and Daniel Young. String Award for Outstanding Musician, Carissa Fernandez. String Award for Outstanding Effort, Yuki Matsui. Excellence in Art, Jennifer Calderon. Excellence in Theater Arts, Melissa McAvoy. Excellence in English, Sarah Wright. Overall Achievement in ESL, Yuta Okamoto. Math, Regents Algebra, Yuta Okamoto. Math 8, Nicole Morgan. Regents Biology, Greg Pond. Science 8, Raquela Violi. Social Studies, Matthew Brennan. And the Language Awards. French, native speaker, Anna Lafond. French, non-native speaker, Petra Stasny. Italian, native speaker, Alexandra Tartaglia. Italian, non-native speaker, Julia Rubin. Spanish, native speaker, Alan Espinoza. Spanish, native speaker, Stephanie Kligman. Spanish, non-native speaker, Ryan Ball. And Spanish, non-native speaker, Michaela Morelli. The next awards are from the American Association of the University of Women for 8th grade math and science. Stephanie Kligman. Emelina Glinskis. And Julia Rubin. Now, Dr. Lutinsky, will you present some special awards? The first is from the State Controller's Office, and it recognizes academic excellence, hard work, dedication, and success. It goes to Rita Orazzi. The next award is a special Congressional Recognition Award for service to the community, and it goes to Mio Taniguchi. The next awards recognize those students who have been on high honor roll throughout middle school from 6th grade through 8th grade. The awards go to Ryan Ball, Rainier Ankama Van Dyke, Carissa Fernandez, Emelina Glinskis, Stephanie Kligman, Gregory Pong. Julia Rubin. Whitney Spiegel. Alexandra Tartaglia. Alyssa Vinzons. And Sarah Wright. And I'd like to ask Dr. Mustick to present these last two awards. The Most Consistent Effort Award goes to Whitney Spiegel. And overall academic excellence goes to Ryan Ball. Dr. Lutinsky will now present the certificates to the class of 2009. I ask that you please hold your applause until the end. Robert Allen. Brian Empuero. Alex Anderson. Carly Anderson. Ryan Ball. Carlo Balsamo. Joshua Barrick. Christian Barreto. William Birmingham. Allison Bonelli. Lucas Brandon. Matthew Brennan. Jonathan Bruin. Connor Byrne. Jennifer Calderon. Nicholas Cannon. Damiana Carolini. Michael Castellucci. Sydney Chiera. Martin Coleman. Will Corrigan. Corinne Corsa. Jonathan De Silva. Jared Daskell. Julia DeSanctis. Michael DeSico. Ignacio Delera. Christopher Delner. Ignacio DeLuca. Nicholas DiBattista. Rainier Ankama Van Dyke. Alan Espinoza. Carissa Fernandez. Talia Fiorentino. Spencer Gelhard. Emelina Glinskis. Isaias Gonzalez. Mark Hassenfratz. Timothy Hogan. Peter Ianello. Jack Irwin. Kaori Kawasawa. William Kebby. Brian Kerr. Andrew Clary. Stephanie Kligman. Amber Koningsberger. Andreas Cole. Michael Copey. Sabrina Kosminski. Anastasia LaFond. Gavin Lagani. Herman Leveron. Juana Lescano. Claudio Lucella. Remy Litvin. Tilde Malishadi. Alessandro Maffei. Janine Mencheno. Yuki Matsui. Melissa McAvoy. Rio McGuire. Eric Mendoza Connor. Anthony Mency. Rafael Mastanza. Michaela Morelli. Nicole Morgan. Henry Murphy. Athena Nathan. Richard Nathan. Joshua Newt. Herman Nunez. I would like to invite fourth grade teacher Ellie McGuire to present her daughter with her certificate. Paige O'Donnell. Patrick O'Shea. Yuta Okamoto. Rita Orazzi. Gregory Pond. James Quigley. Skylar Radcliffe Spina. Jeffrey Rabinowitz. Rochelle Rodriguez. Julia Rubin. Jennifer Rubenstein. Jonathan Rubenstein. Jacqueline Sanchez. Jessica Sensi. I would like to invite Board of Education Vice President Heidi Sickles to present her son with his certificate. Matthew Sickles. Julia Salazzo. Whitney Soriano. Michael Spiegel. Whitney Spiegel. Nicholas Spiegler. Petra Stasny. Taylor Stenroos. Carla Strzeski. Mio Taniguchi. Ariana Tardio. Alexandra Tartaglia. Alexander Thompson. Rahema Uli. Victoria Valentine. Tyler Vallejos. Ruth Ventura. Erica Vidales. Alyssa Vinzones. Raquela Violi. Rachel Vollenweider. Sarah Wright. Anthony Yellen. Christina Yu. And Daniel Young.
Dr. Ferraro, I present to you the Rhinebeck High School graduating class of 2013.
Please stand while the class of 2009 exits.